Hi everybody, my name is Jessica and this is my channel Plant Talker. Now today I brought out my blue star fern. Isn't he pretty? Minus the crispy tips. Also known as a golden polypody. I've often enjoyed saying polypody because it sounds more funnier. Even my youngest thinks it's polypody. But their scientific name is Phlebodium aureum. Almost sounds like a Harry Potter casting a spell. Yeah, Phlebodium aureum. Sorry. Yeah. Is native to tropical and subtropical regions of all the Americas, like South America and North America. And I've had this guy for almost a year. Yeah, I bought him from one of the co-ops on the island, not any of the ones that are local to me. I just happened to be at the dentist, and instead of rushing home to do groceries here, I just figured I'd do groceries up there, the Bedeck area at the Bedeck co-op. And when I found him, he was like pushed in the back, half dead, just on his last legs. And I figured, I am taking you home to rescue you. And he's done really good since. Then he was in a 5-inch ceramic pot, and I up-potted him to a 6-inch plastic. Now these pots, you can find these on Amazon. They're the ones that no matter how many times I drop, I don't break them. So I highly recommend them. And I'll link them in my bio, so then if you'd like to get them yourselves, that way you can find them too. Is an epiphytic species of fern, which means he grows on top of other plants. So, now when it comes to watering, he's a medium demand. I water him every 10 days, and he's basically a moisture meter level 4. Now he's not like some of the other ferns where they're like the Boston and the bird's nest. They prefer to be more moisture than he is. Like they're at a level 6 while he's at a level 4. So every 10 days is roughly how often I'll water this guy in a 6-inch pot. Smaller pots would need more intervals of watering, while larger pots would need less intervals of watering, but they would also require more watering at once than he does. Now I'll also fertilize them about once a month, and the types of fertilizer I use is the Schultz all-purpose. You can use other kinds of all-purpose fertilizer. You can also use the fertilizer that's strictly for green plants. I haven't on him, so I'm not 100% sure. Like in my area, it's the Schultz or Miracle Grow, and I've heard better things about Schultz than I have the Miracle Grow, so I use Schultz on him. Is a high humidity plant, like that's why you see the brown tips. I think if that leaf will stop wiggling there, and because I have a wood stove, that's one of the reasons why it's caused by it. So I keep him in my bathroom with an east-facing window, and I close the door and I turn the electric heat on to 20 and hope for the best. So far, so good. This will be his first full winter with me. Yes. First full winter. No. Yes, because it was in the spring that I got him. It was February or March. Yeah, so this will be his first full winter with me. He's had a partial winter with me, but this will be his first full winter. Yeah. So I'll mist him every 3 days to ensure that he stays at a nice high humidity, and with 3 people taking a shower every day. So the bathroom stays fairly humid because I do have a maiden's hair fern, and she did really good all summer until it was time to light the wood stove. And now she's starting to brown up a little bit. On the days where people remember to close the door behind them, those brown spots won't get worse. As soon as they forget to close the door, then I can see them getting worse. So, but she still has lots of green and lots of new growth. So eventually we'll be doing the maiden Sarah Fern, just not anytime soon. Part sun, part shade. They can't handle like a south-facing window. They don't like that bright light. So he's in an east-facing window, and he's to the right of the window. Like there's 4 plants in the window. It's like bird's nest fern, him, my staghorn fern, and then my happy bean. So he'll get like that nice morning light, and then as the sun passes to the south, the eave kind of blocks a little bit of sun, so they're still getting bright light, just not direct light, and then it keeps coming this way. Ideal temperatures for this guy are between 50 and 23 degrees Celsius. So the hardiness zone that he is best suited for is a 9B. Now, because here on Cape Breton, I'm a 5A, 5B, he can only go outside between June and September. Does not like our winters. Doesn't like to be cold. Well, tropical, subtropical plants, so of course not. You can repot these guys every year. As I said, I have only done it once. I'm trying to remember when it was. Because he was in that 5-inch pot for a few months before I did uppot him. I know it was this summer because he had like bloomed and come back so well after I bought him, and his roots just went right out. So I put him in this 6-inch, and they're not coming out yet. So I think it was either June or August that I uppotted him, because I was so busy with work in July that nobody got touched. So it was either June or August that he was done. Oh, excuse me 1 second. Sorry, very sorry. Telemarketer. Yeah, I still get those phone calls. So yeah, you can repot them every year. And the best soils for them are coco coir, peat, or the tropical soil. I believe he is in a mixture of tropical with orchid bark and perlite. Yeah. You can even see some new growth at the bottom, so that's nice. You can use, and when it comes to like coco coir and peat, I would go more towards the coco coir, mostly because it's more sustainable than peat and nothing gets decimated, while coco coir is just collected from coconuts. And we're eating them anyway, so why not? Now, in the wild, these guys can get up to about between 8 to 40 inches tall, so about 20 to 100 centimeters, and they can be as wide as 8 inches to as wide as 4 feet, which is of course 20 centimeters to 120 centimeters. Yeah, because he's currently about 9 inches tall, so 20 to 23 centimeters, and is about 12 inches, so a whole foot wide, so 30 centimeters wide. So he's grown a lot since I've had him. And the best thing about these guys, and I don't know why nobody's around me to like photobomb, these plants are non-toxic to cats. I know this personally because Gwen will not touch him. Will not touch him. Nope. Not one bit. Like, I can't see a cat. Like, I see Ziva on my hooking table. Yeah, I know, I'm talking about you. Is that so bad? She's giving me the evil eye. Hi. You gonna come say hi? I guess not. Now, when it comes to pests, I've never dealt with any bad pests except for the soil mites. And I've been doing the matchstick method and the peroxide method, and so far so good. Every time I check the watering, I haven't been seeing any soil mites in a bit, so I think they're starting to go. But they can be plagued with mealybugs, spider mites, and scale. I don't know about thrips because I couldn't find anything about them, but as I've said before, I've had plants where it said no, thrips don't bother them, like echeverias, and I've lost 5 echeverias to thrips. I lost my first molded wax, a blue rose, what were the other ones? A dusty rose, and a snowball. Not my Genency, because that one died from root rot because I was overwatering it because I didn't know. But I had a third one. Now I don't remember what it was called. Shoot. Dang it. I don't remember now. Sorry. Now, when it comes to common problems with these guys, the one that seems to be the most common is a rotting base, and that's due to overwatering. Yeah, so it'll get root rot and it just and dies. Another one is yellowing leaves. That is a sign of overwatering or under fertilizing. Yeah, you can like under fertilize them, or it's root bound. Yeah, it's root bound and you need to up pot it. So, but try, if there's no roots coming out the bottom, try the other two first, like reduce the watering, try fertilizing and see. If the yellowing doesn't go, then it needs a repot. Now, when it comes to shriveling leaves, like leaves, like this is a fine leaf here. Like, look, it's not shriveling. It's not, like the edges are a little crispy, but that's because of the humidity. But shriveling would be like it's like imploding in on itself. And that is a sign of overwatering or underwatering. So it's either or. And a simple way to tell is like a finger in the thing. If it's wet, too wet, it's overwatering. If it's not wet, it's underwatering. And once you water it, it should bounce back. And once you pull back on your watering, it should come back, as long as it's not root rot. But is a dandy plant. I would not recommend this for first-time plant owners, mostly because of the humidity it requires. Because this, to be honest, this is my second one. I didn't know that they needed high humidity, and my first one just, like, it didn't, it was funny, like, it didn't shrivel up and die, it just, like, it was, like, it had a receding hairline where it just, like, slowly, like, thin right out, and then, boop. So, I learned my lesson. He's doing better. I hope I don't have to get another one. I will try not to kill this one. But if you have any questions, shoot me a message. And I'll try to answer them to the best of my knowledge. But if you like the video, thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, thumbs down. Everybody has a right to their opinion. But if you really like the video, subscribe. And as always, live long and plant on.